Faultless Defense is probably the most misunderstood defensive option in Guilty Gear Strive. It's universally helpful in a strike versus throw, as it gives you a bit more time to fuzzy jump or try to react attack to throw. It will even lower the amount of options available to your opponent. Like for example, against Kai, you can normally get a meaty 5k into a CS, which will frame trap after an OTG, which is very scary and hard to deal with. But if you have D, then suddenly that 5k CS doesn't even work anymore, so that option is taken away from him. That's just the tip of the iceberg though. It goes a lot deeper as we look at each matchup. Let's start off with the poster boy of why FD is so important, which is Goldlewis FD. This guy can basically loop /268BT into a microdash /268BT over and over if you don't use FD, and look at your health bar, man, you're just going to die from the chip itself. But when you're using your Faultless Defense, suddenly he's pushed out a lot more after each Behemoth Typhoon, which gives you some kind of opening if you were to go for some kind of greedy reset like run up close slash, or anything run up in general. We'll have to use the far slash to keep himself safe and end it into another kind of Behemoth Typhoon. It's not the perfect situation, but it's much better than what you were dealing with before. Even Ramlethal has her offense changed quite a lot by the use of FD. She can basically force you to unwinnable situations in the corner of the sword toss by doing close slash, sword toss, and then either 5k or 2k, and really there's not many good choices you can make here and you're kind of stuck in general. But if you use Faultless Defense on the close slash into the sword toss, suddenly her 5k won't reach without the dash momentum. Sometimes it just won't reach in general, it's kind of random. But that forces her to basically jump after you if you want to jump out of the sword toss explosion. This theoretically allows you to sometimes try to dolphin under her, or dash under her, or anti-air her if she tries and chases you but you don't actually jump. She can try to adapt by doing close slash into dash Kara sword toss. FD can even be helpful against high versus low characters like Leo. For example, when he's in back turn and you're not using FD, you can basically spam lows over and over with the kick and randomly mix in the overheads or the cross up. I mean, that's really hard to deal with. But when you use Faultless Defense suddenly, you can only use maybe a maximum of 2 lows before he's out of range. Once he's out of range like this, you're basically free to try and stand block, since all he can do is the overhead, the mid, or he can go for a cross-up special move, or he can dash at you again. Obviously, there's still quite a lot he can do in a situation to try and mix you up, but at least he has less opportunities to do so compared to when you're not using FD. If you're not using FD against Soul, you're practically choosing to play Season 1 again. Because without it, he can basically chain these far slash loops over and over and over, just goading you to do something stupid to get counter hit. Obviously you can try to jump, but you'll have so many options to stop you. The way the developers nerfed this was by making FD push him back way further with each far slash. Before, you could basically do this forever if the opponent didn't do anything. But now if they're using Faultless Defense, you can get like a maximum of 3 far slashes. On top of that, he'll even have a harder time punishing your jumps here, because before he could just do close slash far slash 5H to punish your jumps for free, but now that doesn't even reach, so he'll basically have to jump after you and try to air throw or JD to bring you down, or something like that to keep you from jumping. FD even gives you way more time to react to the grabs, so you should really make use of that against him. A fairly simple example is against Nagoriyuki, where if you block his close slash, far slash, then he won't be able to bite you if he doesn't have the dash momentum. All he can really do here is either go for a frame trap, or a reset, or Fukio backwards or forwards, which can all be dealt with in some way. But if he had dash momentum when he had that close slash, well, good luck out there. Learn some fuzzy jumps. When May's Heavy Slash Dolphin was buffed in Season 3, it means that her 5k can now be every single button you can press in a situation, even 6p. Although this really sounds strong on paper, the problem is that if you use FD against Heavy Slash Dolphin, suddenly that 5k won't reach anymore. So the only way she can frame trap you is by doing a 2S or a Dolphin, which aren't as threatening as a 5k counter. May can try to go for some kind of greedy reset by dashing up, but most of the time she's minus enough here that you can try and mash it out, but you kind of have to do it preemptively, I think. Despite all of this, you should still always try to 6p this move when possible. The only situation you're forced to block it is after a fully charged 6H and some random knockdown stuff. That's all for today though. If you guys want some more examples, comment down below, and have a great day. Bye bye.